Go ahead.
Good morning, my name is Chef Matt Haist, and I'm here to do a little healthy cooking demo with you for today. We're going to go through making some vegetables. As we get into spring, everybody's trying to eat healthy, and we're going to do the same vegetables with 3 different preparations, so that if you're working and you're busy, you can prep the vegetables in the beginning of the week, and then have 3 different dishes with all different flavor profiles as the week goes on. So we have some carrots here, we have some red peppers here, we have some broccoli here, and some red onions. You can use basically any vegetable you're looking to use. As you can see, they're already mixed together. To prepare the vegetables, what I did was individually blanch them in boiling water. So basically cut them to the size you want, get the water to a boil, and cook them individually. Because each vegetable will cook at a different rate. And if you try and cook them from a raw state in a pan, your broccoli will turn into mush before the carrots are even cooked. So pot of boiling water, a little bit of salt, carrots, approximately 5 minutes, and then shock them. And when I say shock, after you cook them, you want to strain them and put them into an ice bath to stop the cooking process. So the carrots took approximately 5 minutes. The red peppers and onions take about 3 minutes in the boiling water, and the broccoli probably takes about 2 minutes in the boiling water. So now these vegetables are all evenly cooked at the same level, so that when we go to saute them, they will be al dente, not mushy or overcooked. 3 preparations we're going to do with these today is we're going to saute them with a cilantro lime. We're going to do some lemon oregano and rosemary garlic. And once again, you cook the vegetables on Monday. You have 7 days to use them before they're not usable anymore. So if on Monday you decided to add a protein like chicken, you could do chicken with lemon oregano and vegetables. And then on Tuesday, you could do pork with rosemary and garlic, or beef and with cilantro and lime. So you have many options, and you can get most of the prep work done all at once. That being said, the citrus, the lemon and limes, quick trick with those is to pop in the oven, 400 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes. What that does, it'll give you twice the amount of juice when you go to squeeze them than if you were to just squeeze them naturally, because it brings out the juices in them. So we'll pull our lemon and limes out of the oven. So we have our lemons and limes, and you can see they've softened up. So the first preparation we're going to do will be the lemon oregano. So we have our lemon, we have our oregano, and for cooking oils, your best bet is olive oil or canola oil. If you're looking for the health benefits of an olive oil, you always want to use 100% olive oil, not extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil has a lower smoke point, which means that if you use extra virgin olive oil, it'll burn before you get a nice sear on your vegetables. So if you're cooking with olive oil, always cook with 100% and not extra virgin. So we will heat up our pan, heat up our oil. While the oil is working, we'll start working with our oregano. Best way to get the oregano off the stem is slide it down toward the way it grows. So down toward the ground. There's other herbs you could use. You could use tarragon with the lemon. That works really nice as well. You can also use thyme with garlic. That works well. Is another option for seasoning. These 3 flavor profiles are all completely different though. The rosemary is a lot more earthy than the lemon oregano, and the cilantro and lime is a lot more fresh and crisp. So once our oil starts to heat up, we'll take a handful of our veggies, put them into the pan, and while those are cooking, we will dice up our oregano. Our oregano, we have our lemon. This will not take long because we already have these vegetables semi-cooked. Trying to get a nice little caramelization on them, so we'll give them a few minutes to get hot. And then at the end, you can finish them with salt if you choose. I have a salted butter, so there's salt in the butter. So if you're looking for something low salt, you can do them without butter, without salt. A little bit of salt and pepper at the end. You don't want to put your herbs in to the end because they brown up. So the best thing to do is let the vegetables cook, like so. Sprinkle in your oregano, your lemon, and then the trick at the end is to make a nice sauce. Turn the heat off. Turn the heat off, and then you add the butter. What this does is you want the butter to melt, but you don't want the butter to break. So this will actually make, well, we probably won't need all that butter, but this will actually make a nice sauce. So you can put a small chunk of butter in or a large chunk, and when you're done getting a nice sauce, you have your vegetables. So our first one here is the lemon oregano. Heat up our pan again with a little more oil. Discard this. Second one we will do will be the cilantro lime. A lot of people have an adverse flavor with cilantro. They think it tastes like soap. So if you're one of those people that feels that way, you're not crazy. There's an actual chemical reaction in certain people's bodies that actually cause cilantro to taste like soap. So it's real, it's not in your head. And if you do not enjoy cilantro, you could always change this out with a little bit of mint or parsley. So we get our oil hot again. Our vegetables in. Little flame. This is cooking up. Nice up our cilantro. You don't need a lot of cilantro. A little bit goes a long way because it is such a strong herb. Lime, as you can see, even if it browns up a little in the oven, that's all right because you're going to get more juice out of it. Give that another minute or two. You can cook them as long as you want if you like it a little more well done. By all means, let them cook a little bit longer. If you were doing this with the protein, a chicken or a pork or a beef, you'd want to start with the beef. Get it 3/4 of the way cooked, then add your veggies, and then just add the rest of the stuff as we've done with the vegetables. Now we got our cilantro, a little bit of lime, once again salt and pepper if you choose. Finish with our butter. Like I said, you want to put the butter in and turn off the flame. So the butter just melts, it doesn't break. There's our second dish, cilantro lime. And our third one will be the lemon oregano. I'm sorry, garlic and rosemary. We already did the lemon oregano. So, once again, wipe it out a little bit so that's the cilantro in it. Put a little more of our olive oil in. Let that heat up a little bit. Garlic and our rosemary. Get our vegetables started. As far as the rosemary, you just take it off the stem. You need a sharp knife then when you dice it. As far as the garlic, you can mince it. I always like to use fresh garlic instead of garlic and oil. Yeah, you can mince it, or I like to cut it just thin, like that, so that when you put it in, it'll caramelize a little bit. So, we got garlic, rosemary, throw your garlic in before the rosemary, give it a minute or two to cook so it's not raw, but once again that won't take long. If you put the garlic in right with the vegetables in the beginning, you will end up burning it, and that won't be a pleasant flavor profile. You literally just want to sear the garlic enough to take the raw flavor out of it. As you can see, it becomes a little bit on the translucent side. We got our rosemary in there. Give that about another minute to cook. And then we add our butter, turn off our flame to make a nice little sauce. And you can see as the butter melts on all these three vegetables, we don't get it to the point where it breaks, so it's not greasy. It almost looks creamy, like if we added a little bit of heavy cream in. If you leave the flame on while you're trying to melt the butter, more than likely you'll end up breaking it. There is our rosemary and garlic. And that, my friends, is 3 different ways to prepare the vegetables. You can add whatever protein you like. Start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're all set for the beginning of the week. Have a great day.